I have a new fanfic for you guys called Voltron, Defenders of Legend by Omni-Ship. The summary is Fate brought together 5 unique souls to save the universe, and their story crashed and burned. I don't want to rehash it for you, we all been there. We all suffered when we watched the finals, but last night I had an idea to rewrite Voltron in its entirety, to make it better, to fix all the characters, the development they deserve, the story, the plot it needs, and the jokes don't revolve around hunks of love of food. Basically, I'm rewriting Voltron, and that I wish we had the chance to experience, because I still love his characters in the first 3 seasons. I repeat, the fic is called Voltron Defenders of Legend by Omni-Ship. Chapter 1, Kerberos, Prologue. Three humans set foot on Kerberos, the last of Pluto's moon, the furthest expansion of their solar system, for the first time in history. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind, Commander Samuel Holt said cheerfully as he stepped off the ship. "Come on, Dad," Scientist Officer Matthew Holt said with a laugh as he followed his father. "You don't need to be so grandiose about it. It's not like there's any cameras, right? But they surely take our recordings and give them to the public," Sam agreed. "And I thought it'd be nice to do a little call about the first time man landed on the moon. Well, our moon." "I think it's great," Explorer Pilot Takashi Shirogane said with a chuckle. "Now let's get these stuff set up so we can give the public something interesting." In no time at all, the 3 men began setting up a testing site with their machines drilling deep into the ice to collect samples. For what exactly was a long list that Shiro didn't entirely know, in all honesty, but what he did know is that this was a huge occasion and he was happy to help. "Can you believe this?" Sam asked eagerly as the ice was slowly lifting. This ice could hold an incredible amount of information. We can learn about the age of the universe, more about how our solar system was formed. This information in this ice could lead to first contact with extraterrestrials, Matt agreed eagerly. "Man, you guys are way more excited about ice samples than I am," Ciro joked as the sample slowly slid out into Matt's rating hands. Just then, there was a deep rumble and Shiro looked up. His heart dropped into his feet as a giant warship appeared in the sky above him. Honestly, Shiro couldn't really take in what he was looking at, but it was definitely a battleship, or at least looked like it, and it was glowing purple. He had no idea what it was, but he saw that front of the master ship light up, and it couldn't be good. "Run," he said. Then his brain kicked into overdrive. He grabbed Matt's arm. "Run." The 3 men abandoned the test site and hurried to their ship. It would take far too long to be ready to take off, but it didn't matter. Well, it did, but the 3 men were so focused on running, on getting away, that they didn't even think about the launching process. As Shiro urged the men on to run faster, he just knew he had to make it to the ship. They would just figure out it from there, but they never made it. The 3 men suddenly found themselves surrounded in strange purple light. They were lifted off the ground. They yelled. Each of their limbs flailed as they tried to get back down to solid rock. But it was no use. The tractor beam had trapped them. and nothing could free them. Shiro thus felt his heart pounding harder and harder as they rose above the ground, and he suddenly felt filled with a cold dread. He couldn't help it. He passed out. When Shiro woke up, he felt like he was dreaming. He was inside the ship, surrounded by dark metal and glowing purple. There was a figure in front of them, talking to a purple video screen. He wasn't sure if the lighting or not, but the figure was inhumanly tall, with large ears and a horn ridge on their head. Purple skin. He spoke in a harsh language that Shiro didn't understand, but he figured that they were talking about him and his crew. Shiro glanced over to him and saw Matt and Sam kneeling in the same position as him. They all still had their helmets on in the dark lit of the ship. He couldn't say if they were awake or not. "Please," Shiro called out, catching the alien's attention. "We mean no harm. We come in peace. We're just scientists, unarmed." And the alien in front of him just nodded, and the guard behind him hit him, knocking him out. When he came to the second time, he was being dragged through the halls by an armored guard. He blinked, tried to get a handle of his surroundings, but it felt. He blinked, trying to get a handle on his surroundings, but it felt so strange, so out of place. It was almost impossible to believe it was real. But how could it be real? To be kidnapped by aliens. As he was dragged, he was passed by windows and looked into the interiors of hundreds, thousands of cells that lined the walls. Looking out into the sheer drop, he could see figures of all shapes and sizes milling behind glass that covered the shells. He could hear muted screams. He could see slam fists against the glass. Suddenly, the nightmare was reality. Hello again, everyone. I hope you enjoy the first chapter of Voltron, Defenders of Legend by Oh Shit, It's My Ship. Please go to the fanfic and leave a kudos or a comment for Oh Shit, It's My Ship on AO3. And I hope you enjoyed the story so far.